you're gonna burn yourself up there.
No, it's
Make sure you
actually.
don't burn the whole house down.
Do you know what I have? I have a water here. I have a fire here, right? There are
I see that.
two sides for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So even for the coin, like think about this coin, right? There are two
Right.
sides. Same way
Right.
applies to the
Right.
life. And if you want to become rich, there are two sides,
Yeah.
right? So let's talk about it.
Let's do it. And we're gonna do this in a different way this time. So we're gonna be role playing. Is that right?
Right? Yeah, yeah. Let's take one side. You take one side. I take
Okay.
another side.
Okay.
How
Okay.
about that?
How about? Okay. Let's just dive right into it. So we'll be like Venkat said. There are two sides of the same story. Like if you toss a coin, there are two sides, and it can either be heads or tails. And so we'll talk about how these things pan out in real life. Um, I'm a poor kid. I was born poor, and I had no money. Growing up, I had to do my first job when I was 16. Man, I've been doing two or three jobs sometimes, and didn't have time to go to school, and I'm still poor. I don't know what the heck is going on. How am I going to come out of this shell? You got any words of wisdom?
Yeah,
Like, why am
sometime,
I
right. Sometime, like I was actually born rich because my parents were rich. They both were working, right?
lucky?
They're making enough money. Yeah, it's just luck plays a role. Like if you're born poor or rich, but the thing is, like think about like if you're born poor and die poor. If you're born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die
Right?
poor, it's your fault. Same
Yeah.
applies to rich people, right? If
Yeah.
you're born rich, if you die as poor, right? That's
That's
a
your
no
problem.
no, right?
Yeah.
Same way, like you have to be either richer or richest than what you had before.
So
So
okay.
that is
Okay, I get it. I get it. So you have to work your way out of that shell, right? So if you're born poor, that's not your fault, but you have to do something in your life to make sure that you don't die as a poor person. Same goes with rich. So I got
you
it.
got it,
Great.
you got it.
Okay. And about the time, man, I don't know, like I feel like I don't have enough time to get everything done. I feel like I'm doing everything possible, and but I don't have enough time to get everything done. And again, I work two or three jobs sometimes, and I wake up early in the morning and come back late in the night. I got to study, I got to take care of my children, in the end, I feel like I'm left with nothing. No happiness, no time, no money. What's going on?
That's
And
that's because are you spending a lot of time? Are you spending all your time on the low skill job?
yeah, I work at the gym, at the reception, and
Hmm.
I do an hourly job again at the train station, and
Stop
I
right
do a
there. Stop
paper.
right there.
Okay,
That's where the problem is.
okay,
I think you had to learn some skill like high income skills, right? There are tons of high income skills.
okay,
Actually,
like what?
I did take few certification. You know what? Like because of those things, I got promoted in my job in 3 times. Can you believe it?
I never got promoted.
That is the reason. Like you just take few steps, just take small steps, take certification, do some small high income skills job, right? And you're gonna make good money in no time.
So you're saying that I'm putting too much of effort on something that's not really valuable in terms of income generation and probably even happiness?
Right, that's true. Like you're putting more time, making less money, right?
Mm. Yeah.
What I'm saying is put less time but make more money. So
Okay.
that way, you're spending the time and money concept. That's what makes everybody rich.
Okay.
So I think
Okay,
you
I'll
got it.
keep that in mind. Yeah, like you said, probably I'm spending too much time on something that really not that useful, and it doesn't pay me well at all. I mean, there are no certifications on the things that I do. So I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much. And also, I spend a lot. I mean, if I
Hmm.
have $20, I got $30 worth of things to do.
Wow.
I would just buy a pack of cigarette, or I would just order Papa John's pizza, and on top of
Oh
that, maybe
man,
a bottle of Pepsi. Because I'm a person who lives in the present moment. And I feel good,
that
but I don't.
I think that's okay, but like think about the future, right? Like I only spend on something that makes me happy, like long term, right? Think about long term happiness, short term happiness. You might get a pizza for tonight, and
Right.
you're full, but just for maybe 1 hour, you're good, and then you're
Yeah.
gaining weight, your hospital bills are going up, you're spending more eventually. But
Boy, it never crossed my mind.
yeah, I'm a big saver. Like I cook everything like at home. I do go out. Like I don't. I do eat out. Like eat out good food, but once in a while, right? That just moderately. Keep that moderately, and then just save more. You should save at least 50% of your income, man.
Boy, I just don't save at all, man. I live paycheck to paycheck.
No, just try it for next 2 months, 3 months.
Okay.
Make it a habit. So let's see how that goes.
So 50% spend, 50% save. All right, I'll
Right,
keep that
right.
in mind. Thanks, man. And also, like, I have a very extravagant lifestyle. Like I said, if I got $20, I got $100 worth of things to do. I want a bike.
Mm.
I want a Kawasaki Ninja, you
Wow.
know, and that's what I'm going for, man. And I party a lot. I hang out with my friends, and
Mm.
I'm hourly paid man, but still, I want to live this life. I don't suffer. I have
The
3 children, but I still want to spend money on
the
me.
the problem is like you could spend it now, but think about, are you going to die tomorrow? No, right? So you will be living still. And what I normally do, I just save everything. Like I said, 50% I save. On top of that, I'm very stingy about, like, I look for the deals. I look for even a
Okay.
coupons. I look for small things that adds up. I actually saved almost $2,000 using a small coupon code, right?
I never use. I mean, yeah, man. Okay, I never use coupons.
You should try it out. Just
So I
just
never
think
go for
about, like,
deals.
there are $20 off just by spending like 2 minutes of your work online searching.
All right, that's true.
$20
That's
off on
true.
something. So it adds up.
Right.
Um,
Okay, okay, I'll keep that in mind. So, not to spend too much, save 50%, and think about long term. All right, good stuff. Hey, this guy has 4 cars. The guy that you're seeing now has
you
4 cars,
oh,
and
you
I
have
really
four
see.
cars?
I have four
How
cars, man.
how many
I have one
kids
for
you have?
myself, one for my wife, and 2 for my children. And I think
Man.
I have built up enough assets for my whole family. But people tell me that I'm not really building assets, but I'm building liabilities. To hell with them. No, I
That's
build up
that's true.
assets.
That's true. Actually, that is true. Like you think about, like, you take a car out of the dealership, right? It's just 20-30% is gone, and your value is going down. So having 4 cars doesn't make you rich. It's because you bought it for like maybe $500,000 altogether, and right now it probably costs only 150, 200,000. You know that, right?
Well,
So
maybe I didn't know about it.
yeah,
Am
so
I
you might be
stupid?
showing off to other people, but even the real picture behind
Man.
the scene, it's not pretty good. It's not good.
So are you saying by buying cars, I'm building liabilities because the value depreciates, and instead, what do you suggest?
I think you should buy some houses. Put 20% of that car payment, whatever your car payment you're doing, right? Think about house payment is only like $1,000, $1,200. You can get a nice house. So if your car payment is like $800, right? 700, 800. So for you could buy 2 houses instead of 4 cars and have one used car like Toyota or Honda, some reliable car, and that's what you should do. And then just teach those things to your kids, right? The
And
kids will
thank
be
you so
searching.
much, man. It never crossed my mind again. I've been a little stupid. So real estate appreciates and vehicles depreciate. So
Not only real estate, like index fund, the investment,
Yeah.
so many other avenues too that grows 7, 8%, 10%. and even tax purposes it's useful, right? There's so
Okay.
many things you need to think about. I think
Sure.
you got some work to do.
Good stuff, man. Thank you so much. I got to take care of my family, and that's the good advice. I appreciate it. And I also work hard. Like I said, I've been this guy. This guy works hard. This guy works 60 hours a week,
Wow.
and
Mm.
I work really hard. But I don't think I get enough. I get my time's worth at all. I think I work hard and I deserve more. What's
Are you
happening with
doing
me?
the jobs like I think you mentioned something about low skilled jobs, some part time jobs, all those
True.
things? So that is
Yeah,
a
this is that
problem
guy.
right there. That's a problem. Like working smart is the way to go, and that means like do some small high income skills, learn those things from YouTube, free, right? It's free for you to
I
learn,
was gonna ask you what are your suggestions. So okay,
right?
YouTube.
Mainly the technology related skills,
Yeah,
web
okay.
designing, graphic designing. You are good at photography, just do those things, man.
And
And
also I'm bilingual. Maybe I can make use of that as an interpreter or something,
right, yeah,
right?
you could do that and just work
Okay.
smart and think about like if you work 5 years, you could make enough money to. If you work smart 5 years, you can make enough money for next 10 years. If
So
you
I
work,
should put okay.
yeah, if you work hard for 10 years, that's it. Like you're paid to paycheck to paycheck. It's not
So
really
you
making
should
money.
instead of working hard, you should work smart. That's what you say.
Exactly,
And
you got
invest
it.
your time and money on something that pays more. Okay.
Exactly. Just yeah, you will be doing less work probably, less hard work, and but it's more your intellectual dealings, right? Your creativities.
Yeah,
So
okay. And thanks for that, man. And I got like 10 credit cards and my credit cards are maxed out. And
I wonder, like
I
what,
think
like I wonder why, like how did you spend all the money? I know where did you get the Papa John's from?
nah, yeah, yeah, man. I just don't want to use my own money. I just want to put everything on my credit card and sometimes I miss payments. And I thought that having credit cards is a good thing, isn't it?
No, like it's a good thing to develop your credit. Like I think what you need to do is just use the credit card wisely, pay it off full. Like I'm thinking like you are paying 16-17% interest on it. It's a
Yeah.
bad debt, bad
I
debt,
never, I
bad.
never realized, I never realized that those 14, I'm paying 14%, 18% interest because some of the credit limits are just $500. So I
Wow,
don't really realize the
that's
interest is
crazy. Like
14%
I think
limit is.
you had to do some work on
Okay. What?
serious work on you. And the good debt, like rather than getting credit card, once you fix your credit history, credit whatever the bad stuff going on, right, with the credit, you should do what I did. I actually build a credit through getting more loans, the housing loan, the real
Okay.
estate loan, right?
So they're good debt?
They are good debt, and it's
Okay.
considered like more loan you get and more time you pay off, the time actually gives you more credit. Like
Mm.
you'll be getting a good credit eventually, and you will get a good offers on the credit card, maybe 0%
Oh,
interest,
wow. So
right?
instead of going straight away for credit cards, I should go for good credit. That is like building a house or something. A house.
Get a primary residence using FHA loan, right?
Okay.
3% down, and you should have
So
a house.
I should start from A and go to Z. Looks like I was starting from Z and going back to A. So thank you
Right,
for the advice.
you got it
And
right.
and also I have a lot of wants, man. I have a house, but I want to build a basement, and that's gonna cost me like 100,000 in addition. But I want all those things. I want a better car. I have a car, but I want a better one. I need a convertible. I don't know how to do that. And because the more I try to do those things, it looks like I'm having to face a lot of other financial troubles. Man, I
No,
don't know.
yeah, stop there. Yeah, it's like I think your total things are more wants. You're taking more wants than the basic needs, right? The
Okay,
basic
right.
needs you already have a house that are you're renting, I guess, right? So you
No,
already
yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I actually have a house, but I want more.
So you
I
have
want something.
like you wanted to spend too much money on the house. Like
Yeah,
just don't do that. Like and you are. I think I know you bought a lot of iPhone every year. You change your iPhone every year, right?
yeah. I want the
Um,
latest technology.
That's like $1,500 every year just for the one phone. So maybe your wife and two kids you have those,
Yeah.
like probably four phones is just like $6,000. It's not going to yield you anything. Like think about like you lose your job today. Are they going to pay you? Are they going to like
It's
you have
true.
to pay $300 $400 a month. I don't know how much your bill is, but
Yeah.
mine is basically like $80 for 2 lines, right?
Oh, wow.
Unlimited everything, and that's 2 lines. I pay that, I use the older phone. I actually buy the previous model all the time. So
Okay.
even though I buy the phone, I have the phone, iPhone, at the good model, but it's a previous model, right? When the
Okay.
new model comes, previous model goes down like off the percentage. So
So what you're saying is, as long as your car gets you around, as long as your phone receives phone calls, you're good to go, right?
right, yeah,
So,
that's all you need, at least until you become stable, right? Like you got a lot of work to do
yeah.
this time, and I'm not bragging here, but it's basically like I had done this work, and I can feel it, your pain, but you need to start right now.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff, man. Thank you. And I always go for short-term stuff, man. Like I said, I'm a man who wants to live in the present moment, and I don't have a lot of plans, but I feel like I'm stuck, because I got $20 today. I spent all that money and even more than that. I
Mm.
use credit cards for anything more than 20,
That's
and
a problem
I
right
have
there.
so
I think you like what you need to do. You need to think long term. You need to save. You need to be thrifty a little bit. These are all think about. These are all just for 5 years. Let's think. Just plan for 5 years. You need to make your credit good, right? Get a good debt, like a real estate loan, and then just focus on the needs. Like if you have needs, all the needs that you have, don't focus on the wants, and just work smarter. Don't work harder on the less skilled jobs, and then
right.
try to build assets. And I think even though uh, you know if you born poor, it's not your fault. If you die poor, it's your fault.
Right, right.
So you know that.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. I think I got a lot of information, a lot of valuable information. I'm going to put my life on the right track because of those wise advices. All right, guys, thank you, and hope you enjoyed our session today. It was a little different. We role played, and hope you got something out of every point we discussed. And it's goodbye from us.
Thank you,
Living
guys.
life.